Hearst Castle proved to be an exotic playground for elite socialites of the 1930s. One of the most prominent and distinguished of them was often referred to as the most likable leading man in Hollywood, but also as the brilliant disguise. This is because he's born Archibald Alexander Leach, but will later make his mark on the world of entertainment as the incredibly talented and famous Cary Grant. He's born January 18, 1904, in Bristol, England, to Elias and Elsie Leach. His father was a pants presser, his mother a seamstress in the same shop. She doted on him and dressed him very well, but she suffered from depression after losing a son before young Archie was even born. At the age of 10, his father had his mother committed to a mental institution, telling him only that she was on holiday and then died. He felt abandoned, was no longer doted on nor very well dressed, and at the age of 14, he was expelled from school for peeking in the girls' locker room. This ended his formal education. It wasn't until he was 31 years old that he learned the truth about his mother. He bought her a house, had her well taken care of, and visited her frequently until her death at the age of 95. This upbringing caused some insecurities, so he chose to develop a personality and characteristics he found desirable, likable, some might even say lovable. There was a challenge in leaving Archie Leach behind and becoming Cary Grant. He would say, "Everyone wants to be Cary Grant. Even I want to be Cary Grant. I pretended to be somebody I wanted to be until finally I became that person, or he became me." He showed an interest in acting at a young age when he visited the local Bristol Hippodrome Theatre. At age 16, he became a stage performer and an acrobat with the Pender Troupe for a U.S. tour. When it was time for this group to return to England, he chose to remain in the United States in hopes of getting a fresh start. Later, he even chose to become a U.S. citizen. After successful vaudeville performances in the 1920s, he made his way in the 1930s to Hollywood to establish himself as a desirable leading man in crime films, dramas, and romantic comedies. One of the best-known female comedic performers of the time was Marion Davies. She's the girlfriend and longtime companion of the media mogul, William Randolph Hearst, the man with the vision to build Hearst Castle. Cary Grant would become one of the most frequent guests up here, reportedly some 34 times. Shenanigans and fun became very popular as a part of the environment. He was even involved in an incident with a couple of Mr. Hearst's sons dropping flour bags onto these rooftops from an airplane. His bags were packed and he was told he wouldn't be welcome back again, but he said it was Mr. Hearst's son, Bill Jr., that interceded on his behalf. He expressed irritation with people who took advantage of Mr. Hearst's hospitality and talked behind his back about his parsimony, saying they ignored his generosity but would comment on how he'd turn out the lights as he left a room. Grant himself was known to be quite frugal, charging 25 cents an autograph, and not known for frivolous gift-giving, yet quite charitable if he was passionate about a cause. It became apparent that his childhood trauma had impacted his personal life as well. He developed a close personal relationship with Randolph Scott, fellow actor, good friend, and roommate for 12 years off and on. Although there were insinuations about the closeness of their relationship, they remained good friends throughout their lives. Through it all, Cary Grant married 5 times, 3 of them elopement with actresses. But he had only one child, a daughter, Jennifer, with his 4th wife, Diane Cannon. Offsetting his childhood abandonment issues, he proved to be an incredible father, was very close to his daughter, and seemed to find more fulfillment and purpose in his role as her dad than anything else. In the 1940s and 50s, he developed a close working relationship with renowned director Alfred Hitchcock and starred in 4 of his movies. After his retirement from acting in 1966, he took on numerous business ventures, including representing cosmetics firm Fabergé and sitting on the board of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. He had an acting career spanning almost 35 years, in over 70 films and numerous nominations. He won an honorary Academy Award for his lifetime achievements in acting, presented to him in 1970 by his good friend, Frank Sinatra. He's even featured in 2002 on the U.S. postage stamp and is remembered by critics as the suave, debonair, sophisticated, extremely handsome man with a transatlantic accent and a lighthearted approach to life. He lived to be 82 years old and is recognized by the American Film Institute as the second greatest male movie star of classic American cinema, trailing only Humphrey Bogart. Thank you, Cary Grant, for your charismatic charm, comedic wit, and timeless entertainment.